Okay, so this is the second part of this video. Our camera sucks, if you haven't figured that one out by now. Dies every 10 seconds, but hey, the show's what it's about, not the camera. So, we were talking about this check swing, how, like, you could put a laser at the front of the plate and kind of tell if someone went or someone didn't go. I guess, there's so many potential things. But the fact that baseball, you're not just going to wake up one day and say, we're putting lasers at the front of home plate. You have to, go through a process of developing a good thing, maybe using it in the minors first to see if it works.
You gotta test it eventually. And there's gotta come a point. There's gotta come a point where Bud Selig has to just look at a play and agree with everyone else who's against him on what reality is.
And I'll write an article. I blog on idiotsportstalk.com, Hockey Baseball Talk, Kelstar Sports, all those sites. The bottom line really becomes that there's still these clowns that don't want to replay. Like, you like seeing calls screwed up? Like, in every other sport, including Little League Baseball, they have replay now, and they can go out and they can make a call right. What's so bad about that? That you're too lazy to wait for 5 minutes to let these guys review it and make the.
And I'm sick of these people hearing about technology is taking over the game because you don't have replay.
They don't even have technology in the game.
Exactly, it's ridiculous.
And now there's this. The players and umpires are going to meet to talk about replay. I saw there's some meeting in December. I doubt it'll end up doing anything. But I saw an article before that said that the players voted that they really don't want replay in a ESPN poll or something. Isn't it about the product you're putting on the field to the fans? Isn't this supposed to be for the fans, not the players? Like, we're paying to build these huge stadiums, and the owners are paying to build these, or to play these $100 million salaries.
The umpires are getting paid for everything that they do, which isn't much.
Yeah, and, if you're going to have a job, which this technically is, then you're supposed to do whatever your boss tells you. So if Bud Selig says we're putting instant replay in, it really doesn't matter what the players think, because the players are just the ones out. People are against the
players are going to make errors. The players are going to have check swings over the plate. The players are going to hit home runs that are barely home runs. It's not about that. It's about getting the call correct.
Yeah, and it should be like football. Like, if they get 2 calls wrong in a row, you shouldn't be able to challenge every call that you think is wrong. But you should at least get 1 challenge in the first 9 innings. If it goes to extra innings, then get 1 more. And maybe you win a second one if you get it right. So, some deal like that. The important part is really just getting it in. Once it's in, you can figure out all that. It's going to take some time to figure out, but once it's in, at least you're going to get the calls right. Like, everyone wants replay. The Galarraga game, the Hanley Ramirez, which they should have beat the Phillies in that game. It didn't matter, but they should have beat the Phillies in that game. And some of the calls we've seen already in the playoffs. And what I've heard...
That check swing thing with the Rays, next pitch he hits a home run.
I know.
Not that it affected the outcome of the game.
No,
the Rays didn't score, but still...
What I've seen the whole time, or what I've heard from everyone who's a baseball expert, is that they're not going to do anything until something bad happens to the Yankees in the World Series, which is probably true. And it's a sad part about baseball, that it needs to happen to the Yankees, that if the Pittsburgh Pirates get screwed out of something in the regular season, that isn't enough. It has to happen to the Yankees in the World Series. Baseball has to become a joke first. They have to have a call screwed up completely, which they've already had a ton this year, but they have to have a completely screwed up call to have the common sense, which every other fan has, to put in instant replay.
If it didn't happen to a big market team, then it didn't happen.
Well, I don't even know, like the Red Sox, maybe if it happened to
yeah, absolutely.
then but absolutely. I don't even know if it happens to the Mets. I don't think they put it in. If it happens to the Phillies, I don't think they put it in. If it happens to the Angels, I don't think they put it in. If it happens to the Rays, they're not putting it in. Like, you have to be the Yankees or Red Sox to have it put in, I think. Which, I understand. Those are the 2 teams people care the most about. Maybe the Dodgers you can throw.
Doesn't mean they're the best. The Red Sox didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I know, but
it doesn't mean they're the best. And if something happens to them, it's the end of the world to baseball. To the baseball world. Sorry. And if it happens to some other team, so be it. It's like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I think the thing we have to look at here is if it goes for a team, and let's say Game 7 of the World Series, a call goes the wrong way and the Yankees win the World Series. Don't sit here and blame the Yankees for this. Don't say, oh, well, they cheated. No, they didn't cheat at all. No one cheats by the umpires getting the call wrong and Bud Selig being too much of a thick-headed dumbass to put in instant replay. No one does that. And it's become a joke, really, to me. I don't know how many videos. I'll send this video to Bud Selig if that's what it takes. I'm Tim. He's AC. This is Cash Kelly and AC Sports Report. Find us on Twitter, Cash Kelly and AC, Facebook. You know what we're talking about. We'll see you later.